time it is. Your favorite rapper's time, your favorite movie star's time, your favorites time. You know how I rock. Let's get right into it. Let's get these receipts straight. And please, I hope you guys are enjoying the receipts. I got more coming over the time, but there's always a reason. There's always a place for everything. Understand that we're looking at character motives. We're looking at proving character motives. We're looking at his interpretation of other people. We're looking at his mentality of what he's released throughout the time. Whether you've seen it or not, you know how we do it. Let me put this out there real quick. Now, we've seen that video of him at Riva Motorsports. I have one question. What was the passenger looking at? Now, a lot of people are saying it's the uncle concluding it. And I'm not going to run with the story because a lot of things are in question, let alone the questioning of how evidence was deliberated is now being questioned by the defense's attorney. But let me ask this quickly here. What was he there for? What were you there for? So he looks at these guys. They look strange. I don't see you speak to him to say, hey, what's wrong? You literally look at what he looks at, then look at him. Your eyes never leave the enemy, ever, in any type of scenario. If you saw them as enemies in your mind, that's part of what I'm trying to get to. Did you see them as enemies? Were you just there doing what you were doing for being there to do it? Or were you there to actually put in work and make sure he was good to go? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Here's my thing. You showed up there in flip-flops. Now, if I'm going to defend somebody, what bodyguard has ever showed up anywhere in flip-flops? That's when you're relaxing. Why were you so relaxed? That's what I was trying to understand. And the more I look at it, the more the theories pop up. And the more the theories pop up, the more I'm getting to a conclusion that is very disturbing to me. But let me ask you this, without accusations. How did you get there? Did you pull up in the car with him? Did you show up later? That's what is not made clear. Because he went to the bank and allegedly you were with him. We still haven't seen bank footage. I've asked for all this. Everybody acting like it's delusional. I'm crazy because I'm asking for things that make sense. Really? Really? That's crazy? That's a crazy question for me that we've seen video inside. They allegedly showed us the video outside when they were showing it, but big head Jimmy Neutron leaned in the way. I couldn't see the rest going on, but that's another story. But you showed up there to have his back. You didn't look like you were prepared for any type of combat of any sort if you were supposed to be there for that reason. Are you the champion in flip-flops? Are you some type of champion? Let alone, allegedly, you weren't armed to even deal with backing a superstar if something would go down. That's where my confusion goes. Who signs up for duty and they go barehanded, empty-handed? What are you going to do that's a superstar? He had 50 cash on him. 50. And you weren't prepared? And you went to the bank so you knew he had it on him, right? If that was you at the bank. Now, if you said you weren't at the bank with him, I'd fully understand. I say, well, he didn't know you had cash on him. I could give you that. So he was at the bank alone, right? But then that would destroy the narrative delivered by the bank itself from what we've allegedly seen in the magazines and what the investigation itself says who was with him at given points in time. Are people following me? Is that too out there? Should I not be asking these questions? Are they self-explanatory? Well, let me add this feature too. Okay. Now, before the suspects entered, you weren't on your phone, right? At all. There's no... So I can't pull up a picture of you being on your phone at all in the store, right? And another thing, what bike were you looking at? I saw the bike you were looking at. What bike? Because you were close up looking at a bike while he was actually looking at a bike. You get the difference? You were looking at it. No, he was actually examining it. So what were you looking at? Why take that stance? So you're in a perfect position to watch his back. Now let's allege you didn't know these guys. I see you look briefly, turn your head. Then you saw him look, and I see you look at him. Now that would make sense if I see your mouth move and say, what is it? But your first reaction was to look at him and not ask him what's going on. Why are you looking? I don't see your mouth move at all. Maybe you asked it 2 minutes after you stared at him. See, that's what's troubling me. Body language is everything. And I told y'all before I looked at body language. I said, did I say that right? Your body language is what disturbs me. I'm disturbed by it. Yes, I'm disturbed. Because I know when, let's say, someone's protecting someone and it seems like someone's there to babysit or watch someone and watch what they're doing. So, did you never touch your phone in there to text or call before or after he made eye contact at the presence of those other people? Let's give a loose what if, allegedly, he could have been thinking, why did these guys walk in and not speak to me? Why did these guys walk past me? Wait, these guys are here too? What are those guys doing? Those are many different questions that would be asked. I don't think somebody who knew someone and they'd walk past him, if they had beef, would these guys not walk right up to him? That's where my confusion is. That's where I get confused, and I'm starting to see a bigger picture here. Is that far-fetched? If it is, say it in the comments below. Let me know that's far-fetched. But anybody else who moves around these places and something like that's happening, would that not have disturbed you to see things occur that way? Let alone a narrative we were given by witness Victor was far from that. To even the point he was giving commentary to comments that was being made as X was walking around the store and said they were following around kind of laughing with him. I don't see any of that. Let alone the store looks like a ghost store. It looks like they were the only ones in the store with the people that work there. Am I going crazy? Say it if I am, please. Please do. Everybody's open to their opinion. Some of you are going to slander and get blocked. That's just your mindset. And I just deal with it that way because I don't got time for childish things, games, mentalities. So what's happening? And people are like, oh, you're stalking, you're doing it. Why are you here then? Comments on the side? Come on. We got people here that's actually thinking, that has a mind, and people that don't think with their butt. Because all your thoughts are butt. Literally. They ain't ish to talk about, ain't ish to think about. You're going to have to try harder than that. Trust me. With the receipts we got, try harder. Now tell me this. If I'm to presume that's the case, why can I not see him exiting? Is he exiting hastily? Is he running to his car? Is he walking out? Are you speaking to him? What are you saying? We don't see any of that. So I don't even know if he was leaving in haste. And I don't even see those suspects go outside to pull up to make the moves that they're declaring they made in the investigation when they're talking about it. Now are people starting to get the picture? If you were sitting there like, oh, why is he? Now are you thinking? And they definitely don't want me to get on the Nipsey tip because there's a lot more movement than is being talked about. There's a lot more movement than just a suspect. So he did it alone? Don't even let me get started. Don't even let me get started. Come on, really? What type of joke are we playing? Have I found a synonymous superstar factor already? I'm the czar. You know I have. But before I even reach those levels, I want evidence to pull in the proof to situations going on. And yes, I found a commonality between the two things. You don't have to say, oh, does it look similar? I know. And I found a commonality. But my question is this. What were you looking at, bro? Were you not there to bodyguard him, support him, hold him down? I'm not even talking about when you ran. I don't even have an issue with that. You did what you felt was just. But you were the last one to see him living. Does it not plague any type of contention on your heart that you could have possibly done something? Or you could have said, what's going on? Let's get out of here sooner. Does that not bother you? Okay. We're going to get into more, but I just wanted to mention that part and drive it home because a lot of people aren't seeing what we're seeing. That's okay. And I'm okay with that. Honestly, I am. Because some of you aren't built for this. I get it. All rights reserved.